Hello, you're back with Parakin again. How's it all going? I hope you had a happy new year, Merry Christmas, and that there's been no dilemmas, no tragedies, and that we've all survived it to see you and have a good year. I'd like to fill you in a story that came up with a few years back. It's about a field trip to a felt-ridden area a few years ago near Port Waikato, New Zealand. It was a group of students who were to map the stratigraphy of the area. Included were expeditions to gather fossils and take notes during the groundwork for further works back at the university, such as creating a map. But on the travels around the bluffs and near the main fault line, set into what could only be huge uplifted limestone blocks, rested two decapitated human skulls. The skulls were of small stature, perhaps they were children of a foregone era. It was thought that they came to be there during the New Zealand land wars. However, just a little north of these, maybe omens if you'd like to say, that perhaps marked the Maori burial ground, was what could only be described as the hoochie of recent fabrication. Looking inside that hoochie revealed a skeleton with a broken leg, out in the desolation of what can only be called the Waikato Fault. Maybe this was an aberration. Maybe it was conceived that a person of Polynesian descent sat and powwowed with one of the students, leaving him with a rawhide map, quite old. His language hard to get to grips with, so one signed as best one could. After he left, the hoochie was vacated by everybody, and then shortly after, a blood-curdling cry occurred, like an Indian was going to attack. A blood cry, like an Apache war cry, split that air. An old Winchester was said to be wrestled from such an aberration, and the musket fired back at him, killing the enemy. But the story doesn't end there. The old engine just up and disappeared out the opening of the hoochie on the far side. And two colleagues, not one, looked out that window upon the thrust of the fault to a beautiful valley below. And in the foliage of a hoochie, a single kiruru was there. A pigeon with an injured wingtip. But before the pigeon could be rescued, as kiruru protected, it disappeared in flight down into the valley, never to be seen again. And one was left wondering, and indeed me, was this the aberration of Geronimo's spirit? And was Port Waikato where the old Indian spirits come to in New Zealand after death to live a second life? Well, your guess is as good as mine. And that's as far as I can go on that story. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe it actually happened, but memory's getting a bit fatigued, but it's just one of the things that has popped up now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed just listening to it. Can things become true? Strange things have happened. After all, haven't we all heard of Ripley's Believe It or Not?